use any pronouns.
Hello, I'm Amber, and I use she, her pronouns. Hello, Internet. This is very exciting. This is very exciting for me. I'm immediately showing that I'm Gen X, just immediately. So that's okay. That's all right. Oh, yes. Together, it's going well. Together we are Tales from Sleeve Island. That is our podcast. Yay! How did we come up with that name? I'm trying to remember. We were at some gathering and somebody said Sleeve Island. And I don't remember where.
Yes. I don't remember where either, but we were talking about Sleeve Island and then the different kinds of Sleeve Islands there are. Like there's Sleeve Speedway if you're doing like short sleeves. Someone came up with Sleeve Peninsula because it is like a peninsula.
And then I think I said that, and this is all to do with sweater knitting or shirt knitting or whatever. But the whole idea of Sleeve Island is that sometimes people get stuck on sleeves and the project just kind of stalls out.
Yes.
But I said that it's not Sleeve Island unless you take more than 1 week to do both sleeves. Because then I forgot. I think I called it Sleeve Boulevard.
Ooh.
Sleeve Boulevard.
Sleeve Boulevard of Broken Dreams is when your sweater completely stalls out.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think because I for a long time thought that Sleeve Island was just working on the sleeves. So I'd be like, oh, I was only on Sleeve Island for like 2 days. And people are like, no, you're not. That's stolen valor that you were not on Sleeve Island.
I feel like it's when they either hibernate or it takes like months to do the sleeves. Because that can be, I don't know, somehow you can enjoy the body of a sweater and then doing the sleeves, it can feel just really like a lot.
I think I've had kind of the opposite experience because like there's so many like stitches around the body of the sweater, so then the sleeve feels like
they go faster.
Like, this is so much less of a slog. There's also like if you're dealing with color work or ribbing or whatever on the body, you're not dealing with that on the sleeve usually.
Sure, that's true.
So it just feels like, okay, we're at the end here. Let's cruise.
I know, and I've only been like a sweater knitter for like a year. So and we'll talk about our background shortly. But like I do feel like sometimes sleeves can feel like socks where it's like, oh, I got one done. I got to do another one. And then, there's that feeling. So let's talk about how we got into crafting. How did you get into knitting and when and all the things?
So I started as a crocheter. In 2010. And what happened was I had never even heard of crocheting before. I was living in Waukesha and a friend of mine was living in Milwaukee. And we were both broke. We were both like 20 and had no money. And I was moving out here to the Madison area, and she was moving down to Chicago like the same week. And we were like, okay, what do we do to hang out one last time? And she was like, I could teach you how to crochet. And I literally was like, I don't know what that means.
Like, you hadn't heard the word crochet? Wow, okay.
Never even heard of it. But I was like, sure, whatever. So we went to a coffee shop. We each got like a small coffee because that's all we could afford. She taught me how to crochet. And then when we were done with our lesson, she gave me a crochet hook and she gave me some like burgundy and gold yarn, like some really crappy red heart yarn. She was like, you can make a Gryffindor scarf with this. Okay. And I did. That was my first project.
Really? Do you still have it?
No.
Oh,
okay. It was awful. So I got rid of it and I wish I hadn't.
You know what? I think, and we'll mention our friends as we go through our podcast, but like Jean Marie, who is the first mention, has been knitting for a very long time, and she threw away into the garbage her first, I think it was either a vest or a sweater, and it pains me that happened. But we all don't know what we don't know when we start crafting. So.
Exactly.
So you started crocheting in 2010. Then how about knitting?
I started knitting in 2019, and the only reason I started was because I got some really nice alpaca yarn, and I only had enough for a hat. But my tension for crocheting was always way too tight to make hats. So I was like, well, I guess I will have to learn how to knit if I'm going to make a hat.
I guess the answer to this problem is a new craft.
I had sort of messed with knitting a little bit here and there before then. Like I had made some scarves and some washcloths, but like nothing real, I guess. And then I was like...
Nothing official. Nothing like that.
I actually started knitting scarves like in stockinette, and then they would just like curl in on each other. So I was like, okay, well, I'm done with this. I did do a lot of washcloths, mid 2010s, just because they were short,
and
flat,
they're easy.
And then after I made a hat, I was like, okay, now I'm using the circular needles. And then I decreased, and then I used double points. And when I finished that, I was like, if I can make this, I can make anything.
Love it.
And that was that.
I love that. Yeah. This is the world is my oyster. Yes, I love it.
I was like, because the circular scared me, because I was like, no, we all use straight needles because that's like what's in the movies. And then the double points really scared me. And so I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to use any of this. And then once I did, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can make anything I want.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny when you see things in the movies, and now that I'm a crafter, because I'll go into my background, but like when you see things in the movies or TV, before you crafted versus after you do fiber arts, and then you just like focus in on whatever.
So many straight needles because I was like, that's what they use in the movies, so that's what I should be getting.
I'm trying to think if I ever have used straight needles. I think I have when I was practicing, but I don't know that I ever did a full project on them.
I did a lot of like washcloths on them, but it's hard to use straight needles for anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
A washcloth or a scarf.
So when did you start spinning? Because we're spinners as well.
Yes, 2020, July of 2020. I actually had no interest in spinning, and a friend of mine messaged me and said, hey, I have this spinning wheel. I got it secondhand from someone who didn't want it, and I was so convinced I was going to spin yarn. And she was like, but I have 2 kids, 3 dogs, and a full-time job, and I don't know, like,
that's a lot.
When am I going to spin yarn? So she was like, it's yours if you want it. I don't know how to use it. The drive band on it was broken. She was like, it has this piece that's
what
broken.
Wheel was it?
The drive band.
No, the what wheel?
Oh, it was an Ashford Scholar.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that one, but I'm familiar with Ashford in general.
Yeah, I don't have it here.
Okay.
So I can't show it to you. But in my head too, I was like, okay, well, spinning wheels are massive. At the time I lived in a studio apartment. So I was like, I don't have room for a great wheel. And she took a picture of it with...
I love how it's like, either this or it's a 10-foot wheel. There's like, no in between.
Well, because again, everything I'd seen in movies was like with a huge wheel. Yeah. And I was like, I don't have space for that. And it's a little castle style wheel.
Okay.
So she set it down with a picture of her dog next to it, who's a little Brittany Terrier, and was just like, Ziggy for scale. This is how big it is. I was like, oh, it's smaller than Ziggy. I can handle that.
Ooh, when we show our wheels off at some point, I could like have a segment where we do a trigger warning and I bring one of my snakes for scale.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I know some people don't like snakes, so we could warn people.
I think that's valid.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yay, cool. So yeah, I ended up getting it from her. Drive band was broken. It was dusty. It was covered in spider webs. And actually, kind of a funny story. I was on a Facebook group at the time, and I said, does anyone know what this wheel is? Does anyone know how to fix this? Does anyone know anything about wheels? And someone said, hey, there's this shop in Wisconsin. It's called Susan's Fiber Shop. Email her. She can help you out. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, I'm like 30 minutes away from her. And they're like, oh my God, go to her. And I went to Susan's, and Susan helped me fix up my wheel. And I started spinning in July of 2020.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay.
Did I do it?
Yeah. Okay. That is awesome. Yes. So I started knitting when I was, around 2011, 2012. I don't know exactly. And so that was in my like late 30s. So when I talk about like growing up as a knitter and what I learned growing up as in like late 30s, like whenever I started.
That's cool.
So yeah, I started because my sister-in-law, who lives out east, Julia, and my friend Polly Shoemaker, who's a guild member as well. Why did I don't know why that has to be an identifier, but that's okay. We're knitters already. And so they said I should knit. And I was like, okay, what do we do? Do we go buy yarn? And that was at a time when there was a shop in Madison. We're in Wisconsin, by the way. That is no longer there. I can't remember the name of it. It was like a quilt shop / yarn shop, and it was on Mineral Point Road, but I don't remember the name of it. Stitcher's Crossing, maybe?
I don't know.
I could be misremembering that. Anyway, so we got some yarn there, and then I was also introduced to the Sowsier around the same time, which is our amazing local yarn shop that we love. And I decided that I needed to, instead of like knitting a project like a normal human, I got a book of stitch patterns, like, seed stitch and whatever.
Yeah.
And I knit like 20, 30 little squares.
That's incredible.
Which Do I have those? What did I do with those?
Did you throw them away?
Threw them away.
Yeah.
Threw them away.
Yeah.
Just in the garbage. God, I'm sorry, but
I think I threw away my Gryffindor scarf.
It's amazing. We just kind of throw stuff away, and I now would love to see that. But what at some point I'll bring in is just a swatch that Polly had started for me because she didn't want to scare me with casting on, which was a smart move on her part.
That's cute.
Yeah, and it's like a square, and I still have it in my bedroom. It's not even bound off, so occasionally some of it unravels, and I just keep moving it around my room. Because
cool.
why would
it's
anyway.
like a living,
right, it's like living history.
Piece, yeah.
So I grew up as a shawl knitter because Julia and Polly were and are shawl knitters,
Okay.
And also do other things now, but I was like, shawls, great. So I started knitting shawls, and I knit, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they would live in drawers, and I would keep knitting them.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few years ago, so not like, I'm talking maybe a little bit before COVID, I thought, I've been knitting these things for 6, 7 years. Maybe I could like wear them and use them. Maybe.
I did the opposite. I had crocheted a bunch of shawls and I never wore them. They sat in a closet. I tried to sell them, but like with the price of the yarn was insane, and no one was buying my shawls for $200. And a friend of mine's mom had breast cancer, and I donated them to a silent auction.
Oh, well,
so
that's
I was
nice.
like, this way someone is going to use them.
Mm-hmm.
This makes way more sense than them sitting in a drawer. I'm not going to sell them. Even if someone gets one for $50, it raises money to help my friends.
Really generous of you. That's good.
So I went the opposite way. I was like, certainly there's an answer to this, and it's not wearing shawls.
No, like why would you actually use it? Well, and I just I come from a Polish family by ancestry. I think 4th generation born in the United States, but my Polish ancestors would crochet Afghans. Mm-hmm. I don't remember them ever teaching me or me asking, so that may have happened and I don't remember, but I've definitely got fiber in my blood. And I was excited to come back to it. And when I started knitting, felt like, okay, well, there's some connection there.
You know how to crochet though?
I do now. I did not then.
When did you learn how to crochet?
That's a great question. I think that maybe like 2016, 2017, I got like a sampler blanket, which I've never finished, but I did a couple squares of it.
That sounds about right.
And I always knew how to do, not always, but at some point in my knitting life, I learned how to do like some sort of provisional cast on that was crochet chain and,
gotcha.
I guess I was going to say putting on beads, but that's not really crocheting per se. But yeah.
Fair enough. So did you learn to crochet to like help your knitting, or just because there was a thing?
Just because there was a thing. The people that don't know me, that will know me, and the ones that do know that I am a kit-aholic, like a lot of us are.
I've learned that about you.
You have
very recently.
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm very into kits, and so I think it was just something I saw online, and I was like, it's a kit.
So you've always been this way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I'm very much a materialist. And
just specifically about kits. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, kits. You're like, yeah, I know that other part. Yes, I'm very much into kits. And so then I'm just a knitter, and then I am, as you are, good friends with Emily, and we will Scramble. We will talk about that in a moment. But when I got closer friends with Emily, I was at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool a few years ago. So we're fast forwarding to 2022.
Okay.
And I went to myself, Sheep and Wool, in September 2022. Mm-hmm. And I saw Hook and Shuttle had a little station they were demoing Daedalus electronic spinning wheels.
Okay.
And they had such a cute display that year because they had like a little salad bar where they had fiber in the little things. And they even had salad tongs. Okay, so right, super clever, exactly. And then love an
interactive display.
Yeah, well, really, it was super smart.
Yeah.
And they had Jay and Carmen had the wheels on one side of the aisle, and they were doing long draw to show like, you can long draw over 5 feet. And I walked up and literally couldn't walk down the aisle because they were doing this demo, and I was like,
"What's this?
What's that? What's that?" And I just thought they were cool, but then I kind of moved on with my life until that evening or the next day. And Scrambles, that's very funny. Like, sorry. You guys are filming?
Criminal in the house. Please continue.
Yes. So
off-screen cry.
Yes. So then I wrote Emily later that night or the next day, and we've done dramatic reenactment readings of this chat where I was like, hey, and I was friends with Emily, but not close friends. And she's been a spinner since 2020. Mm-hmm. But I was like, yeah, I think you have like one of these spinning wheels. Like, can you like tell me about them? And she was like, sure. And so we went through the whole thing, and it led to me getting a D-Stash dataless electronic wheel. That's actually, now that I think about it, my second iteration. The first one was 2016-ish. I did purchase a Louette spinning wheel at Sheep and Wool, and I did an all-day class with Deb Jones, bought the wheel, but then didn't have a community to spin with, and I tried it a few times, and that's a bobbin lead wheel, Irish tension, and we can talk about spinning later, but like probably wasn't the best wheel to start with. And I had fiber that wasn't the best, and so between those two things, I tried a few times, gave up, kept the wheel for another 8 years in its little case in my room, and it hibernated.
Yeah.
And I eventually de-stashed to someone else. But so I spun super briefly and not really, right? I never finished a skein kind of thing. Or I did in class, but like essentially it didn't take.
No, I get you.
And so, but when I got my dataless, that was, a little over 3 years ago, and it has taken. So I am definitely a spinner now, as we're going to see when we go through the stash. No, and I feel that
like having a community has been so much more productive for my spinning than like I've spun more in the year and some change that I've known you guys than I did in the 4 years before I met you guys.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, with that, let's talk about how we met you. We, as in the people that aren't here, but other friends of us at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, which is a fiber and yarn festival and an actual livestock festival in Jefferson, Wisconsin. We have a group of friends that we set up 2 big tents, and we have chairs, and we just kind of sit and knit, and we invite
I'm not saying
we invite anyone to sit and knit with us, and the cost of admission is to show us what you bought and whatever. It's show and tell. But me being the extrovert that I am, Emily is even more so of an extrovert, and we were just sitting around.
Makes us look shy.
Oh yeah, and I didn't even see this, but I heard her saying, "Cheeseburger sweater." Cheeseburger sweater. I'm probably blowing out the sound. Anyway, sorry if I'm doing that. We're going to mess with the sound, so we apologize.
Accurate to the experience.
Yes. So, yes, you can take that from there.
Yeah, so it's funny because I had seen you guys knitting, and I was there by myself, and...
Oops, sorry, moving my leg.
You're good. So I was at Sheep and Wool by myself, and I had seen you guys knitting, and I was like, I'm going to be brave and go ask those people if I can go knit with them. But I was on my way to the bathroom, so I was like, I'm going to stop at the bathroom, and then I'm going to go ask those people very nicely if I can knit with them. And I didn't make it to the bathroom, because on my way to the bathroom, I heard Emily screaming at me, "Cheeseburger!" And I was like, yes, that's me. Hello. I was wearing I should post a photo of the
cheeseburger sweater. It is amazing.
It is amazing. So I stopped, and Emily was like, "Tell me everything."
I saw. Tell me everything.
Yes, and I was like, "What do you want to know?" And she was like, "Everything." And I was like, "Okay, well, this is my cheeseburger sweater."
And then she said something very soon after, like, "Why don't I know you?"
Yeah, so we got to chatting a little bit, and the cheeseburger sweater is crochet. So she was like, "Well, I see this is crochet, but do you knit?" And I was like, "Yes." And then I realized later she had seen the roving in my bag, which is why she asked me if I spun. So she was like, "Do you spin?" And I said, "Yes." And she went, "Why haven't I met you yet?"
Mock offended tone.
I was like, "I don't know."
Yes.
We're meeting now. So that was how I got adopted into this group. Went to the bathroom.
I feel like I want to sit up. I feel like I was too far back.
I was like,
I'm going to sit up very straight.
Okay. Yeah, so I went to the bathroom, came over, and you guys were all very nice to me, and you let me knit with you. I was knitting my last year's Halloween sweater.
Okay.
And that was also, I think, around that time, Emily and I found out we both make Halloween sweaters every year. And that was when we realized we're the same person.
You really are. You have the same thoughts much of the time.
It's very funny sometimes. It still happens to this day where we say the same thing at the same time, and then we're like, same person.
And that's on our Discord as well. And we should explain that there's probably 2 main groups that we're both in, and one is our spinning group. It's not a guild, but it's just a group of friends, and we founded it about 1.5 years ago. I think you saying that earlier, but we meet every 2 weeks or so, usually in library community rooms around Madison or Verona, or sometimes Fitchburg, and we just spin and we just hang out with each other and spin, and that's it. But we also have a Discord community to go with that. And there's a knitting group as well that we are a part of that knits every Wednesday. I don't make it every Wednesday by any means.
Me neither.
And then sometimes we do park knitting on the weekends, like especially when it's nice out. It's November now, so not as much now, but usually in the warmer months we do that.
And we've had a weird little crochet thing happening with that too. I sort of accidentally started a crochet club, which is doing its thing. Like once a month we get together and crochet, and it's really nice.
Yeah, so. And I've came to the one meeting so far, and I did granny squares.
Yeah,
I have granny squares now. This reflection is bothering me. Maybe I'll take my glasses off. I don't know.
You're overthinking it.
I am.
We're 20 minutes in.
That's okay. Oh. That's okay. Yeah, so that's really fun. I am looking forward to doing more crochet. I did on the recent bus trip for the Madison Knitters Guild, which we're also a part of. We went to Minnesota, went to 5 different yarn stores, and I got a kit, which I didn't bring, but it's a poncho. I love ponchos. I've only done one, but it's a bunch of granny squares that we then connect somehow in some magical way that I'll learn how.
I can help you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so yeah. So that's it. That's our intros, I think.
Yeah,
that's our intros. We're going to talk about other things now. What are we going to talk about now?
Do you want to show off your stash?
Yes, let's do stash show off. Sure.
Off camera,
there's like a lot of things here. We'll do stash and then whips or FOs or whatever. So, I grabbed 2 skeins of handspun that were just closest at hand in my knitting room. I have not finished these yet, so I haven't washed them. But this is Inglenook. So this is one of the TDF Tour de Fleece skeins colorways. Tour de Fleece is a spinning event that goes along with Tour de France. So there are teams you can be on. It's mostly informal. There are some teams I think that take it very seriously, which is totally fine. That's not me. And I don't think I was really on a team. I just kind of spun and
this was my first year doing it this past July. And I was like, I'm not going to take it super seriously. I'm not going to go really hard. And then it started and I was like, what if I actually went insane?
You did so much during TDF.
Been on a team. I went bonkers.
Well, I was thinking about doing a team in our spinning group, but then I don't know, life. There's a lot to do. So I think,
obviously this is 6 or 8 months in the future. If no one else organizes something, I might, because apparently Tour de Fleece activates me.
I think it's great.
So I didn't know that about myself.
Yeah.
It's my first one.
Well, and it's also, I think what I love about challenges for me in the spinning and fiber and knitting world is we can get motivated by them, and then if we quit or can't keep up, it doesn't matter. This is all a hobby. Fair. This is all voluntary. I don't really do much gift knitting, so there's never really a deadline on any of this for me. Fair. So I think I've learned to be very kind with myself. And that's part of the whole Sleeve Island thing. It's if you are super gung-ho to get a sweater done or anything else, and then it just doesn't happen for whatever reason, you know what? It's okay. None of us do this I shouldn't say none of us, but I think most of us in this craft don't do this for need, as in I won't have clothing unless I do this, right?
Valid.
So that's what I mean to say.
I think, a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves, and I think that's something that we can just chill out on just a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, this is all here for fun. This is all voluntary.
Right. Exactly.
Unless there's some due date, we had a friend made a wedding shawl. Who,
yes.
Yes. Due date
beautiful. There's due dates, actual due dates. Well, and there are due dates. Baby knitting and things like that when due dates actually happen. If the baby is
self-imposed due dates that stress you out.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
I was working on my witching hour sweater and it did not take off. It just didn't this year for whatever reason. And I was like, I have to do it by Halloween. Oh my God. And then I think I was talking to, I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. And they were like, that's okay. And I was like, cool. I never considered that.
Well, I think we've learned that, right? We're conditioned from the time we're young throughout school that you finish your project, you finish your term paper, right? So I think it's in our culture here that you finish a thing. And so it's hard to deprogram ourselves from that to some degree.
In a way too, when you are in a group and you have people asking hey, where's that thing? And you're like, it's not here.
Don't know. It's not here. Yeah.
That like also adds some pressure because people are like, I want to see this thing because you're good at what you do, and I'm excited to see these colors together, and I'm ready for you to be wearing this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I haven't made it.
Sorry. Yep.
So it's harder when that's happening versus like if you're just like alone and you don't have a knitting group, then you're just like, oh, that can hibernate for 6 years.
Right.
No one's going to know about it except me, so who cares? So it's just kind of not caring what people think and being like, oh, it's hibernating.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully you've got good friends that are understanding about that, cares. Right? Like, yeah, it's at least the people
like, right. Oh my God, they're going to care. And it's like, no, they're just asking because they want to see it.
Right.
They're not mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is, yeah, so that is wherever that other skein was. This is Florida Cracker. Whoa. So this is one of the Shave 'em to Save 'em breeds. I have not washed this either. This is from Ross Farm Fibers. Now, this skein is so interesting because I did not know how to long draw when I did this. This is a very short staple.
Yeah.
So I spun it short forward, and it was murder to spin short forward. But I, at some point, was in it enough that I'm like, this is what I'm doing. Like yeah. And this is only 4 ounces. Okay. So those of you who spin will know, like, that's 4 ounces, but it took up 2 full sparrow bobbins for 4 ounces.
God.
I know. It was insane. So it was like the spin that never ended. But I am obsessed with neutral colors.
When did you start this?
Oh gosh. Well, I got it at Rhinebeck last year, and I started it probably like at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and it just sort of occasionally got done.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've never seen you spinning this.
I don't think I brought it to any gatherings. I think I was just spinning this at home. So these are just 2 skeins to show. I wanted to just bring this to show that this is part of my stash. This is Why Not Fibers. I got this at SSK. That is a retreat that Laura Linneman and Leslie O'Neill run. It's in the summer. It's not happening next year, but they are both amazing creators, and I will link Laura's website, I think, in the show notes, because she does a lot of other amazing teaching and things, and she's writing a book as well.
Yeah.
But that retreat is where there was a vendor market, and I've seen Why Not Fibers, but I had never bought anything from them. Nice. And I have 6 skeins, and it's for a sweater. So this is 231 yards of superwash silk yak. I know.
That's
so
awesome.
It's like a really deep green, and I'm very excited to knit with it. So that's going to be.
Do you know what sweater you're making with it?
I do, and it's in my queue or in my favorites, one of the 2. It's like a cloud. I think it's called like the cloud pullover. It's got these puffy sleeves. I'll link it. I'll link it in the actual thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show off some fiber and things. This is very fun. So this is Into the World, WHIRLED. Probably could have
we can
untied this, but no, we're not editing, man. Just kidding.
Kidding. For yourself.
So this is so pretty. So oop, can we see? Are we doing the thing? Hopefully that's not blurry. Anyway, this is their fiber club. This is called Sweater Weather. And this is for October. This is 70% Shetland and 30% silk. I know. I do 2 bags of this every month because I love Into the World so much. Well, I got paranoid that like if I really like the fiber, I want to make some sort of top out of it. 4 ounces is almost never going to be enough. Yeah. And so that's why I do that now. Have I done that yet? No, I have not. But I might want to. All right, exactly. That's not the point.
I was going to say too, I also have adopted the practice of never just buying a single braid because it's pretty much just enough to make a hat. I only want to make so many hats. I only have so many people in my life who need hats. So at this point, I just get 2.
Right. I know it's really difficult because when I started spinning, I have so many single braids. And yeah, like there's lots of things to do with them, but you can't make a sweater or a top. Yeah. Generally, I think there are some tops, like let's say a short sleeve top, a tank top like you can do with one.
Like color.
100%. Totally. There's plenty of things to do. Plenty of things to do.
Again, like it gets to a point where it's like I only need so many of X.
Right. Yeah, it gets to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open. I'm very excited because this is. Some people told me that I couldn't wait to open certain packages until we did this. I received a few weeks ago. This is
I didn't know
Hikari.
this was part of.
I know you didn't. I this was a surprise.
Okay.
This is Hikari handmade, and I'll
oh
my! Wow,
it's pretty.
That is so pretty. Look at that. Okay. Holy boy. Yes.
This looks like AI. I don't even know how to say. Like, it doesn't look real.
Look at that.
It's got that like weird like fake halo around it. Like,
it's so
thank God I'm seeing this in person.
It's amazing.
Like,
so
thank God I'm seeing this in person.
For those of you that may not spin, what happens with technically this is not a Rolag, this is a Puni. Because like it's kind of like how some people call all fiber roving, and technically it's not. It's fine. We're well actuallying things, or I am. But if you're spinning this is meant to be spun long draw. So you're kind of pulling this, and it's like a little tornado, and you're pulling it out. And in theory, you're spinning it woolen. And woolen spun means that you are spinning it so that more air is trapped with the fiber as you make it into yarn, compared to worsted spun, which means that you are kind of squeezing the air out as you go. Woolen spun yarns are very popular for sweaters because they trap a lot of air, as I point to the sweater that is not woolen spun, but it's okay. This isn't hand spun.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Okay, thank you. But this is so pretty. So pretty. This is insane.
Good job.
It's like a little bunch of candy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Woo. Very pretty.
I like it. Good job.
So that
is. How long have you been holding on to that?
Like, I'd say 3 weeks. And I looked at it and I was like, I am not opening this till we film our first podcast. So here we are. And now the coup de grace. There's still more things to show. This is Inglenook. We call it Nun Fluff in our spinning group. This fiber is amazing. They're in Pennsylvania, I think.
I don't know.
Anyway, I have not opened this. They do drops. Gosh, I feel like it's every month or two now.
I feel like it's been once a month.
Once a month? Yeah, that's probably right.
No one quote me on that.
It's amazing fiber. We all in our group love it. And it's, it goes quickly, but, we all know how to kind of sit there and refresh and try to get the things we want.
I got 10 braids the last time I bought Inglenook.
Amazing.
So,
you understand. It's definitely a frenzy, and sometimes we all get caught up, but I have not.
That's also why I'm not buying any more Inglenook.
I'm not right now, yes. Oh my gosh. So this is, I am going to take it out a little bit. Was
there a theme to this drop?
No. Okay. Oh, yes, to the drop. I thought you meant my purchases.
Oh, okay. Is this the Lord of the Rings drop?
Yes. This is Oliphant.
Oh my God. Okay.
Look at that. So
yeah,
that
the
is.
Lord of the Rings drop was when I got 10 braids.
Oh God. So this is Polworth. The really cool thing about Inglenook is they don't do 4-ounce braids. Their braids are usually somewhere 5 ounces or more. Yeah. This is 5.7 on the card.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like it's quite a bit. So you can really make quite a bit with that. Oh my God. Holy buckets. This is Polworth Tussa Silk, and this is Rivendell. Did I buy it because of the name mostly, but also the colors? Yeah, sure. They're very smart. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And again, that is, I'm already forgetting, Polworth Tussa Silk, 8515.
That's a dream to spin up.
I haven't been spinning very much lately because I've been so focused on my knitting. But that is going to be amazing. Smooth.
Okay.
This is Empire Apple. That's right. So this is Empire Apple, and it's BFL and Lotus. I've been obsessed. Lotus is like a lotus flower in the water.
I've just never.
But it's a bast fiber. So that then Pam is going. Yes. Come back.
Okay. I've never seen lotus fiber.
It's really beautiful, and I'm obsessed with plant fibers. I think because I want to be spinning fibers that have a little more strength and not just pure wool, but also maybe not wanting to use nylon a ton. I want to use natural fibers more.
That's valid.
So that's where that's coming from.
Cool.
But I also really this is a comedic situation. I love just the spinning experience of spinning something that's wool and another blend. Like early on, maybe the first year, I was spinning a braid from, I want to say it's either Sandy's Palette or Sheeps and Me. Sheeps and Me is the name, and it had it's a tencel and merino blend, and then there was a tencel or the merino silk, whatever. But they're very thick pieces that were not well blended, but I actually really enjoyed spinning that.
I was gonna say, I think I've spun from her before, and I think I've had a similar experience.
That you liked it?
I don't know.
I loved it.
I didn't dislike it. I didn't like it. I was just like, this is, I mean, that's part of spinning, is just like
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this more?
Oh, I got 2 Rivendels. Wait, why did I get? Did
you get 2 of everything?
No, sure didn't. Okay, it is the same blend, but I think I got 2 of these so that I could make a top of some kind with the Polworth silk, because I trusted that fiber blend because I've done that before. Sometimes the great thing about, one of the many great things about Inglenook is you can try fiber blends that are not common to find, that are harder to get. And so the ones that I know I really like, I got more. Oh my God. This is the Pearl Hanui. Hauni.
I always call it Hanui.
Haunui. You might be right. And
I
this
don't know,
is
that's just like
Hauni Mulberry Silk 7030. Oh,
that's ridiculous.
My God. Okay.
Woo. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's good.
Okay, this I love good. All these, but this already, and this was actually the last one I picked.
Think is this? No, this is wild. A chain ply on that would be super cool.
This is like, so pretty. So I can't wait to spin that. And then my last Inglenook. Oh gosh,
the Dunedain.
The Dunedain. This is Shanico acrylic and Shanico, and then 6% acrylics, 5% rayon. So it's mostly Shanico. But
Shanico is such a dream to spin.
You know what? Here's what's so crazy. I know I have Shanico fiber. I don't know that I've actually spun it yet, though. So this might be my first experience with spinning Shanico. I don't really know.
Not to brag.
No.
But if you look upon my hand crocheted, hand spun this white is Shanico.
So oh, it is.
I got
okay.
It from Spry Whimsy. I got 8 ounces because I panicked.
Got it.
And I had such a lovely time spinning it up. So.
I love how panic in the fiber world means buy more. Like that's what really we mean. I think that there's one more thing I wanted to show in my stash acquisitions, and then we can show your stash acquisitions. Oh well, that's going to be one in our. Throw them down. This watches are going to be. We're going to talk about that during our portion.
Our portion.
Our portion of when. I think I've been okay. I do work with words for a living. That's what's crazy. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and apparently I don't know. Look at this. This is base 12. This is Hipstrings base 12. This is so fun. If you do not know about Hipstrings, they sell yarn and fiber. You have got to like.
I've never aside from anything from Hipstrings.
I think we're going to rethink this whole partnership. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No,
Hipstrings is amazing. It's so good. That was nice. We're moving on now. Nice. No, but it's really. Your poor cats are like, what the fuck is happening? Ooh, shit! I swore.
That's okay.
Are we allowed to do that?
Okay.
On YouTube?
It's okay.
We can.
Yes.
They're not gonna. Oh. Okay. Hi. So base 12 starts on December 12th. And there are all these little individual packages of fiber.
So you're keeping them a secret until?
Yeah, like if you don't have to, but I try to. But then they have all numbers and letters on them. So it's 1 through 12 and then A, B, and C, I believe. And what they do is every night from the 12th through the 24th, they do a live YouTube where Jill and Nick, husband and wife, who run the company, will do a little live Q&A, and they spin. And the session for that day lasts as long as their little 1 ounce lasts.
That's cool.
It's so sweet.
That's cute.
It's really fun. And even if you don't have the kit, like you can still obviously turn it on and just hang out and get to know them. I had never met them or known them until I did base 12 a few years ago. So anyway, and then it also comes with a die, and you can decide by opening the fiber in order of days, or you can spin the die to have chaos reign and say, I'm going to do number 4 today. And then whether you do it as a 2-ply, 3-ply, like whatever is obviously dealer's choice.
Yeah.
But it's fun because then it usually ends up being one skein. It's like, I guess, what would that be? Maybe it's not a whole ounce. It's probably half an ounce.
It's probably half, and you get 6 ounces.
Sounds about right. Yeah. So let's call it half an ounce. But still, it makes up a really pretty skein. I'll have to bring one from a previous year to show.
And you also ordered a Melly Knits.
You know what's so crazy? I forgot that I ordered that.
And then you got the shipping
And then I got the shipping notice. Correct. And I was like, oh yeah, I ordered this other kit. I'm into Advents. Do I finish them all? No. Is that the point? Sure isn't. So we're going to have something else. So maybe at the next session, we'll show that off.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah. So that is it for stash for me.
I feel like this is like what Christmas morning looks like. There's just like bags and yarn.
Colors everywhere. Yes. So let's look at your stash.
I actually don't have a lot to share. If I had...
I'm literally looking at a whole table of things that you're going to share.
So I did get a lot of stuff from the Lord of the Rings drop. I didn't even think to like have that as a show-off thing, but
we can do it next time.
There's other times for this.
Yes, so absolutely.
I got 10 braids of it. I haven't even brought it to spinners get together. Like no one has seen this because I keep not forgetting about it, but just I don't want to carry 10 braids.
That's okay.
Okay, so I haven't been working on a lot. I've been market prepping for a market I have coming up at the end of November.
Because you're an artist in other ways.
What does that mean?
Well,
why'd you say it like that?
That sounded weird, didn't it? That sounded very like, about your OnlyFans. Yeah, no.
Oh,
sorry, that was very so. Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Yeah, I guess. I sell my art.
You are a professional artist, in fact.
Yes, that's what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So
but you draw. You draw.
I have no drawings here.
That's okay.
I probably could have.
Well, next time.
But I don't.
There's many episodes to go.
That's true.
But you did
scramble.
And there are your earrings. Did you make those?
Yes.
Dear God.
So I've made, oh my God, these like tiny, tiny little doilies. And then I put these little witch hats on them. And they're festive little witch hats. I get all my charms from Gorilla Charms. Gorilla with a UE, not like a gorilla.
Not an actual primate.
Yes. And hi, Scramble. Yes, hello. Okay, bye.
Oh, wow.
I made these. This was my attempt to make a normal snowflake. And then I was like, but what if there were skeleton hands on it? So I promptly
went
off the rails.
And just to remind people, like, do you have a website up now, or is this just for markets that you're doing at the moment?
I have an Etsy. These are not on there because generally I go to markets, whatever I don't sell, I put on my Etsy.
Okay.
I can link that below. My Etsy is Pamigurumi Makes, etsy.com/shop/Pamigurumi Makes. Pamigurumi Makes is also my Instagram. And
yeah. We'll link our Instagrams.
Yeah.
Look at gosh,
spooky.
I love it. I love the crochet with like a scary element on top.
Yeah, and this actually started because I saw a reel on Instagram like, I don't know, a year ago.
So cool. Look at that. I just love it.
Someone had just like crocheted tiny little granny squares and made little granny square earrings. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I never did that. But I was like, what if I made tiny little snowflakes? And these are very similar.
Oh, gosh.
So
I love it. I love it.
Guys, but not.
They're so good.
More little spooky snowflakes. Oh. I kind of went all in on like the wintry theme, but I'm chilling out on that. My thought was like, I'm doing holiday markets, so I should have some holiday stuff.
Sure.
But after that, I'm gonna just.
Do you think you'll do things for each season? Like, will that be a thing that you continue?
I don't think so. I think because like winter and Christmas are so big, I think that was worth my time, and I kind of like this Creepmas thing that I have going on.
Creepmas.
Yeah, I can't take credit for the word Creepmas.
Okay, that's still funny. Love it.
Because these like little charms were available. These little Christmas charms were available. I liked that. And it just kind of works. But like, no one's out there buying like St. Patrick's Day earrings, and I'm not like getting out of bed in the morning.
I feel like Emily is.
But Emily cannot be my soul.
I think there's more, but there's a market for everything is what I've learned in life.
That's true. But I also like Christmas. So it's exciting to me to make like cute little, this is actually my only normal pair of Christmas earrings, and I actually really like how they turn
those
out.
I love the 3D effect. I mean, they're all 3D, but that one, I feel like the two flakes.
I feel like this one is very like the most grandma earring I've made, but I really like it.
It's gorgeous.
So
it's gorgeous. I think it's good for all ages. All of these are. Yes. I love them.
But no, I like Christmas, so it's easy for me to get out of bed to make a Christmas thing.
So how long would one pair take you to do, roughly? Like the actual.
So each one of
Are
these,
you serious?
Each one of these takes me about half an hour. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like I've never asked her before how long they take. I'm looking at these, and I would think those take like 3 to 5 hours per pair.
Oh. No.
Wow.
And that's also part of why they're good for markets, because I can price them at like $30.
Got it.
And that's a good price for an earring, because no one's going to buy earrings that are like $110.
Fewer people, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's hard. It would be harder.
I should say no one.
It would be harder.
So,
oh gosh, look at that.
Candy cane Ouija planchettes.
That's amazing.
So these are super cute.
These are oh, stop.
They just keep going.
Stop with the coffin. See, I could picture going to a family holiday gathering and just having coffin earrings just to switch things up, you know?
I make these for the problematic teenagers in the world. That's something I absolutely would have liked.
Do you relate to problematic teen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
At heart. So, and then these.
Oh, I love the yellow.
Working on these.
Yes. Oh, yes, I did.
A while back. But these are my little.
Amazing.
I was like trying to explain these. I was like, it's like an earring, and there's like a snake on a candelabra.
something. Like you see in any store. You know,
just Christmas earrings.
Love it. These are amazing. You're gonna sell out of those like immediately.
I hope so. I really liked making them until I didn't. I made a total of 18 pairs because I think I made 2 of each of these.
Okay.
So after, is that only 18 hours?
You said, didn't you say a half hour per?
Yeah, so an hour per pair.
Oh, a half hour per earring, but still an hour per pair. Okay, so 18 hours.
I just feel like it took so much longer because by the end, like my hands were hurting. I was tired of making snowflakes. But
do your hands hurt more doing micro crochet like that compared to regular? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never done micro crochet.
Because you're like pinching the thread. I have these tiny little hooks, whereas like, I don't know, if you're making something like this, your hands can relax a little bit.
Right.
I was also trying to make these super tight because they are earrings, and I knew I was going to like starch them, so I didn't want them to be.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how you do with those. I'm sure you're going to do great.
After I finished these, I was going to continue to prep for a market as I should as a responsible artist. But instead I borrowed Skyrim from the library, and I've been playing Skyrim for the last week, which is why I was literally thinking about this today. I was like, we have our like first podcast and I have nothing to show off because I've been playing Skyrim for like the
That's
full
okay.
week. Like,
the internet will forgive us. And
hours a day.
We have amazing things to show and
more.
Finished objects. Yes, we have more, but no, that's fine.
So no other finished objects because I have been playing Skyrim.
That is good.
But Skyrim's going great. I'm really strong.
That's good. I've not played that.
A lot of dragons, so I
have
other things to brag about.
I have a husband and a son who play a lot of games. More my son than my husband, but I don't think he's played Skyrim. He's played Dead the horse game, the Dead Horse game.
Red Dead Redemption.
Thank you. That. The Dead Horse game. Okay. Anyway.
Scramble.
Let's see your other braids that you have.
Okay, so I have dyed these braids.
That's right. Oh my
I dyed these, and this is very special because this is the first extremely felted
Oh
braid
my gosh.
that I ever made.
It's
Please
felted?
touch this and tell me how felted this is.
Let me get to an end, and I will. A little, but not. Do you mind if I pull a little bit more?
Please.
Not that bad. It is felted somewhat, but it's spinnable. I don't. I mean, as long as we. Also, you could probably steam it a little bit to release that a bit.
It just feels so much worse. This was my first attempt at dyeing. Didn't go the way I wanted, but
in what way?
Here. So I'm a very like more is more kind of person. I'm not a less is more kind of person. So
that's fair.
So I made up what I thought was the right amount of dye for a braid, and I was a little over, but I was like, well, more is more, and I just like,
pour it all
dye.
in.
And then I learned that like, well, you have to rinse it until it runs clear. And so I was like rinsing it and rinsing it and rinsing it, and I kept squeezing it.
Oh, so that's what I was going to ask, is how the felt. Okay, so that's how there was some
felting. I was like horrified the whole time, and I was just like, okay. And so it came out, and I was like, I am unhappy. But then, and I don't have it here, I'm bad at this, but immediately after this, it was like 10 or 11 p.m. I was like, I know the mistakes I've made, and I immediately prepped another braid. I didn't even measure it. I just like have a big ball of fiber, and I was like,
so you don't like weigh the fiber and then all the.
I do. Like all this has been weighed,
but not the dye. Okay, so you do the math.
So I do the math.
Okay,
but at the time I was having like a little bit of a mad scientist moment where I was like, this didn't work, but I know what will, and I just was like, the green, the fiber, okay.
It's alive.
Kind of, and I was like, I know how to do it, and I made another braid, literally one braid that, again, I didn't even measure out because I was like, this probably won't work, but I'm gonna try, and I did a lot less dye. I was like a lot more chill about it, and that was like the dark green that I had spun up that I showed off a while back. So this is my first braid, and because we were talking about like getting rid of things that are bad because you didn't like them, I'm going to keep this braid for the rest of my life. No one can have it.
Are you going to spin it? Nope. Oh, you're never going to spin it?
Nope. Okay. I want this as a reminder of the first time I ever tried to dye fiber.
Okay. That sounds great.
So
awesome.
This lives like this.
Or, hear me out, you could take a tiny little chunk, spin up a tiny bit, and do a tiny little sample.
That's true. Yeah.
Just to like show what it would knit up
as.
This
is 100 grams. So I have.
You could pull out like, a section yay big and do a cute little sample skein.
Yeah. My first instinct was to throw this away because I was like, this is garbage.
Nope.
And then I was like, no, because this is going to end up like the Gryffindor scarf, where in 10 years, when I'm awesome at dyeing, I'm like, man, I wish I had that first braid I dyed to show everyone like how far I've come.
It's great. It's amazing.
So yeah, there's that. And then
see what else.
This is the second one I dyed.
Oh my gosh. That is insane. That's very different.
So much better, right?
Let's show off. Look at that. So what is the fiber content on this?
This is merino.
Okay.
That was merino too. Most 3/4 of this is merino.
Okay.
So this was me like, okay, I know what I did. I'm going to chill out. But I wasn't as aggressive with it. So there's a lot of white in it, which I don't love, but it also is kind of a happy accident. I think it's nice.
Works. Yeah, I think it's great. It's a variegated skein.
Yeah, so that's that, and then
it's very fall vibes. I like that.
And then there's this one. The light blue is UV reactive.
Stop it.
This one got a little felted, like
it feels nice.
Yeah, like way less than the green.
Oh,
but.
So
I think this would be really easy to spin up, to be honest.
So these other ones, not the green, are you going to keep them and spin them, sell them? Like, would you know what you want? Okay.
Right now,
you don't have to know.
Holding on to them, because I made them.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think this was going to be the F around and find out pile, where it was just like, I don't know, this was just practice stuff, but it worked out.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Awesome. Love it.
And then this is Targi.
God, look at this color.
So
holy
this is all UV reactive.
This is, oh gosh, let's just look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
All UV reactive. This is the braid I gave to Emily.
Okay. Yep.
For her birthday. So this was part like
so pretty.
I want to practice dyeing Targi. Also, all these new UV reactive dyes came in today. What if we mashed those two ideas together?
God, I love
made
it.
a big UV reactive braid.
I love UV reactive things. My whole craft room is UV reactive light. I have an overhead fan and the lights are UV reactive, and that's all the light I have in there, other than like spot lighting for actual crafting. So that's fun.
I just think they're cool, and I was like, oh,
amazing.
So I got in touch with the person that I'm getting yarn from to dye. It has been delayed to November 25th.
Is it getting shipped from outside the U.S.?
No, it's like down the street.
Oh,
pick it up.
Oh, okay. So, well, then that would be within the U.S.
So yeah. So I'm going to pick it up on November 25th. So hopefully it's actually done by then. And then after that, I will not purchase any more fiber from this person that I ordered from on September 23rd.
Things happen. We learn, and we move on. Everything's fine. That's what we say all this year, right? Everything's fine.
So I will have more information about my fiber dyeing stuff after that.
Hi.
Hey.
What's
up?
Scramble agrees. Okay.
Yeah. Scramble's here. He's hungry. And that's that. So yeah, I will post more about my fiber dyeing escapades.
Yay.
As things go on. But for now, consider this a sneak peek.
So exciting. So, I can't wait to see where you go with this because it's so gorgeous.
I'm excited. So I love it. I really like dyeing stuff.
And do you dye things in, like, how do you dye? Do you do my microwave or a hot pot thing or what? I've taken a few classes, but I haven't actually done it other than that.
So this one I did I had it out and I like had my little squeeze bottles and I squeezed all my color on it. And then after I rinsed it out, I set it in the microwave, but I didn't like that. These, I have like big roasting pans.
Yep.
And so I soak them in that roasting pan, I rinse it, and then I do all my stuff.
What's your mordant? What do you use for mordant?
Oh, citric acid.
Got it. Okay.
I did vinegar.
Mordant is what makes the dye stick to the stuff, whether it's yarn or fiber.
Yeah. I did vinegar at first because that's just what I had on hand, and then everything smelled like vinegar, and I was like, well, this isn't ideal.
Okay, that makes sense. So citric acid is not odorless.
A lot more neutral. Yeah. So because I don't want to be like, here's all this fiber.
Here's my vinegar fiber. Yeah, that makes sense.
Enjoy it. So this one is vinegar. I think all these others are citric acid.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I have it in the roasting pan, and then I dye it, I drain it, and then I bake it at like 200 degrees for like 30 minutes.
Amazing.
It's weird, but it works.
That is so cool. I love it. I love your fiber so much.
The first time I did that, I was like, I'm going to set this on fire. It's okay. And it fucking worked. So
that's amazing.
There you go.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yay. Should we talk about what we're wearing? I would like to do that.
Yeah.
And show off finished objects and then do whips. How about that?
Okay.
Because I'm just excited to talk about what we're wearing.
Yeah. You go first.
Okay. I am wearing Metamorphic by Andrea Mowry. I love it. You may not be able to see it. Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm wearing this inside out. I was like, here's faux seams.
There it is. You know what's funny?
Andrea Mowry would not be proud of me.
When I put this on today, I put it on inside out, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, thank God I noticed.
I did not notice at all. But also, you really can't. That'll be a new thing.
Professional.
Metamorphic is knitted, but then you turn it inside out at the end so that it's reverse stockinette. That's the way it's supposed to look. But it does actually look fine like this.
It looks good. I didn't notice.
I did not clearly until 58 minutes in. I didn't notice either. I love knitting sweaters now. And it's partly like when we talk about community, I started knitting sweaters because everyone around me is knitting sweaters.
I feel that.
And then realized I like knitting sweaters and I will wear them. And I have a lot of shawls. So I'm doing less shawl knitting, contrary to what you're going to see in a few minutes. But I love being able to wear them to court because I'm a litigator and I just don't like the traditional blazer suit look.
Valid.
I'm trying to think. I wore one of my hand done shawls in a jury trial I had 6-7 months ago, and I won the trial. So maybe there's a causation there. Not really, of course, but I'm not going to wear anything crazy like that. I don't know if I'd wear this to a trial or not, but anyway, regardless, I don't do jury trials all that much. Most of the time I'm just going to court for other things, but I really enjoy dressing in business casual, but in hand knits. And so my goal is to have 20, 30 hand knit sweater tops. You know what I'm saying? We have Java Jenny in our group has over 50, I think, and it's just like, that's kind of what I want. Or not kind of, it is what I want. And I've done 5 in the last year or something like that. But I did this as part of there was a metamorphic challenge sometime earlier this year. I love challenges. Separate subject that I won't go too deep into, but I have a Peloton bike and I am super into challenges on the bike. But like just time limited things where it's like you've got a small amount of time to do a thing, and it's about
just like pushing yourself.
Yeah, pushing yourself, but also like I'm being part of the zeitgeist. As an extrovert, it's like other people are doing the thing. Let's all do the thing together and let's forget about the troubles of life and that kind of thing.
And then at the end you have a cool sweater.
That's right, exactly. So you can wear them either way, quite obviously. So that's that.
Doing great.
God, what are you? I can't believe. Anyway,
this is crocheted. Even my little cups are crocheted.
Amazing.
There's a way to crochet in half double crochets that make it look like knitting. So I just did that because I ran out of green.
What?
And so I was like,
half double crochet. Why does that not mean single crochet? Because I don't know what a half double crochet is, but like, there's a difference, right?
Yes.
Okay, we won't have to go too deep into it, but
I don't know how to explain.
Okay, so it's different. Got it.
It's different. And then there's a way to do it so that you crochet into a certain loop so that it looks like this faux knitting.
Got it.
So I did that because this almost entire thing is hand spun. Except for
good.
The black is some yarn.
Stand up and show the sweater a little more closely. Look at that. See. Yes. Side, turn to the side.
Ooh,
to show the split hem.
Yeah, and then
like it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, the black is some yarn my friend got me from Ireland. Wow. This year? I think in January. I was like, hey, bring me back some yarn. And he brought me back some dark green, some black, and some white.
Amazing.
So,
and everything else is hand spun.
Everything else is hand spun.
The green is hand spun from we did with our spinning group. We did a retreat, which we called the Wool Inn. Mm-hmm. We had it in New Glarus, Wisconsin, and that was really fun. But that was our goodie bag fiber.
This was not the goodie bag. Well, this was the stuff we bought.
Right. That's what I meant. You're right. And it's from Honey Gold Acres.
Yes.
I have been corrected.
I also panic bought 4 braids of the green because I was just like, you never know.
Just never know what apocalypse we might be in.
When you need a pound of green yarn. And
and how much do you have left after doing this?
None.
Like this is all of it?
Yeah, like I
amazing.
Had, like
wow.
I was playing yarn.
But how awesome that like you got that in June. It's now November. So 5 months later, you've not only spun it, but you have crocheted it, and it's a sweater that you use that's gorgeous.
And it fits, and I'm happy.
It's so good.
The purple and the orange was fiber I got in Kyoto from Kin no Hitsuji, which means sheep's gold.
Wow.
And it was
when did you get that?
2023.
So okay.
2023. I went to Japan. And I was actually looking for a different yarn store. And Google Maps was like, you're there. And I was like, I don't think I am. And I was like literally like spinning around. And I like saw like the shadow of a spinning wheel. And I was like, who is she?
Lead me.
What is this? And it was not the yarn store I was looking for. It just like I happened to run into literally just a fiber store. They only sold fiber. They sold spinning wheels and they sold hand spun yarn. And that was it.
All right.
And they had just like walls of fiber. And I was like, what?
Wow.
How did I get here?
That sounds amazing.
And I bought just whatever felt right. I got 200 grams of purple and 200 grams of orange. Wow. And used up both of those.
I love, think about this. Like, this is so amazing. So the honey gold is from the US. The black is from Ireland, and those colors are from Japan. So I mean, think about that. Like this
and the white's from Wisconsin.
So this is like a well-traveled sweater in terms of its origins. I love that.
It's a test crochet, so I don't know when the pattern's going to be out. The pattern designer is Heidi Nieling, Nieling. The pattern test was supposed to be done by November 24th. I obviously finished it much earlier.
Mm.
And I don't know when the pattern's actually coming out, but
that's so exciting.
I can link her Instagram
Cool.
and it'll be around. So
yay.
But yeah, I made this.
It's so good.
It took longer than I would have liked, but also like I made it longer because I was like, I'm tired of my sweaters being too short, and then I basically like made a tunic for myself.
I am knitting. Oh, I left that in the car. I won't show that off then. That's okay. But yeah, but no, tunic is a new thing for me that Tunics I am working on, and I'm scared about it a little bit because I've never had a tunic, but I'm having faith that it's going to look good. So, yeah.
Okay, you have.
Yeah, I have more FOs.
So I showed off my finished objects first.
That's cool. I am going
I just did it all at once, so the floor is yours once again.
There's two things I'm showing off because so this is Stephen West. This is the mystery knit along from 2023. I know it's called Geo Gradient. So we'll just kind of go up, and I did a mohair dare, so you can see some of the mohair in here. I need to showcase the section that was a royal bee. And the reason that I put it in hibernation, this person here, this person that is the section, was really insane. It's done. The dip stitches I enjoyed, which is the edge stuff. But those other, I forgot what these little interlocking things are called, but there's no rest rows, which is fine. Like if you knit lace, you know about what that means a lot of times. But like they're the little diagonal lines. So like if you make one mistake, it throws off everything else. And you cannot, well, I shouldn't say cannot. I could not memorize the pattern. I had to always sort of watch what I was doing.
That's really rough.
It was a lot of concentration. So I put it away for like a year and a half and then finally got it back out again. But I really love it because, and it's La Bien Ami yarn. I love it because it's neutral and I can just wear it with anything. And it's very warm.
Super big and warm.
Yeah, that's Stephen. This was the first year since 2020 that I have resisted the siren call of the Stephen West MCAL, just because I'm so garment focused right now. Yeah. I consider it a personal accomplishment. Exactly. I can do it later if I want to. Yes. But I was just very focused. And then the other thing that I am so proud of.
I'm very excited for this one.
This is, thank you. This is Boo Knits. Let's make sure we're showing the right side. BOO and then the word knits. This is a lace shawl. And I know you can't see it on here very well, but we're going to put in a picture. Yeah. These beads are rainbow, and I arranged them in that gradient, but also they're UV reactive.
And it's just like so delicate.
Isn't it? I love Boo Knits. I think this is the 5th shawl of hers that I've knit over the years.
This is so pretty.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I get to see this in person.
She does an MCAL every May and every October, and this was the one from May. It's called Age of Magic. She always does picot edging. I usually pick out some of the picots when I block, but not all of them because it just takes a while. Yeah. But I like the way this feels on me. I like the way it hits.
Yeah, it's got really nice drape.
Thank you.
It's very delicate. I feel like you don't see you make a lot of delicate stuff, but maybe
I haven't been wearing it as much, and I most of the lace shawls that I have, the beaded lace, I haven't been doing lately. They've been done for a couple of years.
Sure.
And I don't knit them in public all that much. I think I end up doing them at home more often. I was
gonna say, this seems like something that you need to like focus on and can't really like
Yes and no, but like I think that's the way it ended up for this one more so than others. But I really love it. They're all very drapey and romantic from her.
Yeah.
Design page. The thing that's really funny about this that I had to have help with from my husband today is that somehow with the repeat stitch markers that I had, somewhere in the middle of the shawl, I knit into the stitch marker so that it could not be removed. So I knit through it rather than passing it over the needle.
Incredible.
And so I had to, I had my Leatherman, but I didn't know where it was. So I had to have Garrett get some wire clippers and clip, because it was just hanging off of the lace. So anyway, that was the craziness. So yeah, that's my Boo Knits Age of Magic. It's so pretty.
Also, this made me think of, I have been working on something.
Yeah.
I've been working on the day of our Advent that we're doing. I just can't show it to you because it's a secret.
The day of, I was like, right, sorry. In our knitting group, we are doing I'm sorry, do you want to explain the Advent?
No.
We're like,
no, you do it.
This segment stars Scramble's butt.
Yes.
Wow.
Sorry, YouTube. No. Very inappropriate.
I think people understand. So we're doing, I've only done this this is only the 2nd year, but I think it's been going for a while before that.
It's only the 2nd year I'm doing it too.
Yeah. So basically we do a countdown to the next year. So this is called Countdown to 2026. It's not any specific holiday. You know, some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate nothing, some people celebrate Hanukkah, Chanukah.
I say Hanukkah, yeah.
I know, but I think it's Chanukah. Anyway, and many different holidays. So we try to keep it as neutral in the holiday as we can. And last year we did stitch markers, and hopefully like 30 people participate, and everyone has 30 or I think 27 this year
27.
Of a certain item, and you wrap them all individually or put them in boxes, however you want to do it. And then you have the number on there, and then every day of December you get to open a package. And this year it's Notions is the theme. So some people might do stitch markers, some people will do other things. I think in previous years there's been food and things like that, but this is...
Well, I will say, obviously I can't give anything away. Mine were somewhat labor intensive.
Yeah.
And they're done now.
Wow.
But I did work pretty hard on them. I'm very excited for
I
them.
can't wait.
But I was like, I feel like I've been doing something besides playing Skyrim, and I literally can't show you.
I am so excited. I will be purchasing something. I will not be making anything, but I admire those of us that do make.
It was more labor intensive than I had anticipated.
I love this. This is great.
It's a lot.
It's what we haven't assigned days yet, right? So we have. Oh, see, let's show so much attention I'm paying. What day are you?
I'm the 16th.
Okay, so on the 16th of December.
You'll know.
We'll have to show some of those off on a future
Yes, I'm very
episode.
excited about it.
It's fun. And so then we get together. This is going to be at the end of November, where we have a nice little party in a library, again, like in one of the community rooms, and we have food, and we get to just come, and you have a little basket and you pick up all your little pieces. And it's just a nice way to get through December and the end of the year. And it's like you've got something to look forward to every day. And then we have these other fiber advents. So there's just always things to keep us excited and in community, which I love.
Get the dopamine hits.
Yes, 100% the dopamine hits.
But yes, so I have been working on that, and you will see and you will understand on the 16th.
So excited about it.
I'm very excited.
Love it. Love it. Should we do whips? Let's do whips.
I don't have anything.
Okay, so that's okay.
It's all you.
I'm going to do whips. I am, I think, 2 days behind, but this is my Arnie and Carlos.
It's so cute.
Isn't it? Yes. We've got half crowns, which I was told symbolize the Virgin Mary, so I didn't know that was religious, but that's fine. We have hearts. We have 8-pointed Norwegian star. We have acorns that look like something else to me. We have candles. Sorry.
Who's this man?
People, I think people, I don't really know.
Elf?
She, he, I do not know, but they're just people, humans with holding these little baskets. Arnie and Carlos were showing off that there are like Christmas ornaments that are basket-like.
Okay.
So every year they do this for the last couple of years. This is my first time. I follow and I'll talk about the podcast that I follow. But I follow their podcast, and on one of them, they're like, hey, we're doing this thing again this year. And I'm like, what again this year? I want to do it. And it's a free pattern for now. And I ordered the wool from Wool & Company. It's Rowan yarn. And every day you get 6 rows, Monday through Saturday. And there's a quiz, which like you generally either know the answer
or you get a good grade in knitting.
Well, here's the thing: you do it. It's like there's different themes of the quiz questions every day, 6 days a week. You put the answer in the comment, and then every Sunday they do a random draw of a comment.
Oh.
And the winner, if they did the right answer, which most people do, either you figure it out.
Cool.
You get 6 balls of their new yarn, the Arnie and Carlos yarn. They used to partner with Regia.
That's cool.
And now they have their own yarn, so it's really exciting.
That's super cool.
I'll definitely
know about getting a good grade in knitting.
Yeah, and so that's really fun. So it's like, and then the podcast they're doing every day to go along with it is like 15-20 minutes, so it's like easily digestible. And 6 rows of color work is really fun. It's just like, it takes me about a half hour a day.
That's awesome.
Right, it's not too much, and even if you get behind a few days, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm giving that to my mom for Christmas, so that's fun.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And then another whip, which I haven't worked on in a hot minute, is a vest. This is vest number 1 by Petite Knits, maybe?
Sure.
Maybe? I don't know. It's off the needles now.
We can find out.
I will find out, and I will link it. I am so sorry. I should have remembered who the actual designer is before saying that.
It happens.
But this is Blue Sky Fibers, and it's held together with mohair by Pearl Talk. It's super soft. And I was knitting this summer while I was traveling, and then I just kind of fell off when I got home from traveling because I don't know where my second ball is of mohair.
Oh,
and
no.
so then I just kind of was like, oh, I'll
Well.
find it. Right, yeah. Oh, well, I guess that doesn't get done.
Guess I'll die.
Right. But I am hoping to finish that by the end of the year. So that is another whip. And I do have other things somewhere that I know I'm working on. Can I find? Yes, here they are. Okay. I am working on, yes, the Mean Ruse top. It's such a weird name, but it's a great top.
Cool.
Mean, MEAN, and separate word Ruse, RUZ. I'll link it. Okay. But this is a top, and this is Kim Dye's yarn. Ooh, now you can tell where I switched skeins. I did not alternate skeins. Well, I think you can, but it's subtle.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't really mind.
I'm looking for it.
I like color pooling, but also I'm kind of envisioning this, if anybody even notices, like it's like the lake where there's more water and blue.
Yeah.
And I did decide only to do the accent color on the shoulders. This is knitted, not crocheted, even though it kind of looks crocheted.
Yeah.
And then all it is just doing an I-cord around the neck. Once I'm done here, a few more inches, and then just a few rows of ribbing on the sleeves, and then it's done. So this is going to get done in the next week.
That's awesome.
I'm super excited.
It feels like it's very cool to the touch. Like it's a very refreshing kind
It
of
is. It's well, and this is linen silk, I think. No, not linen silk. Something. Anyway, there's no wool in it. I'm not allergic to wool, but you know, that's
but if
that's
you're gonna wear
it.
it in the summer, like in the summer, as a t-shirt would be.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Let's talk about the yarn, okay?
You go off.
Jesus.
Go off, queen.
No, I see. That's the thing. It's the yarn is Kim Dye's yarn, and I love her stuff. So this is not at all a mark on her. I'm sure something just happened that was unanticipated because it didn't happen with the blue. This is hand done. I have a Swift and I have a ball winder at home, but this yarn was impossibly tangled. If you've ever wound yarn from a Swift onto a ball winder, and sometimes things get stuck and you have to untangle it. No big deal, that happens, but this happened over and over, and it was clear very quickly that I could not do anything with it.
Horrifying.
It was so bad. So I took it off, put the second ball on, same exact thing. And you could just sort of see that it was tangled. It was right before a trip. I was trying to wind this yarn so that I could knit it on the trip. And I darn near took this and threw it into the garbage.
I would have.
I got really close, but then I thought, you know, between the 3 balls of yarn, it's like $90 of yarn, and I need to not do that. So I very wisely put it aside, and then like 3 months later was like, okay, let's do this by hand. Well, each ball took about 8 hours. 8 hours to undo. I mean, like, you know, you're taking the ball, you're going, I mean, every 4 to 6 inches there was a tangle. Here's the thing. I don't know if you gave someone an assignment to say, make a skein of yarn, but make it tangled. I literally physically don't know how that happened. Yeah. Again, I am not blaming the dyer at all. I'm sure it was just some sort of mill thing.
I'm sure.
Sure. And it's fine. But because of all that, I know that I'm going to treasure this top even more because I worked even more for it.
You put 24 hours of work before you even cast on.
Like there was one day where I was working at home and I was like, I'm just not doing law today. I'm going to check Slack occasionally, and I'm going to, I mean, really, like I had Netflix on. I was watching Apple TV Acapulco, which is a great series. Mm-hmm. I would just watch that all day, broke for lunch at some point. And at some point I also paid my son to help me. And he did about 2 hours. My 18-year-old son just sat there and was like,
oh, God.
Yeah, it was very cute, though, that he was willing to help me.
Yes.
But still, right. It's like, he's probably like, this is my life. That's great. So anyway, so that is my.
That was this yarn.
Yeah. So maybe next time I'll show off my Traveler Tunic because by then it'll be done.
Yes.
So Traveler Tunic by Joji Locatelli is the other thing that I'm working on.
It's so pretty.
And I'm excited about that because everything's garments. Yeah. In that theme, I used to be a non-swatcher, okay? I had a magic formula. Mm-hmm. I have been mocked heavily and consensually for that fact. People have asked if I'm okay.
That's fair.
And I am.
That's fair.
And my magic formula, because I'm a very loose knitter now, I didn't used to be, my magic formula was go down 2 needle sizes or 1 needle size and measure, like do the measurement for my upper bust, which is approximately 41 inches. And it'll just work out. And for 4 sweaters, it did. And so I became
actually really impressive.
Right. Yeah. I became very smug about that. And then with this guy, this sweater that I'm wearing inside out, it did not, but obviously it looks fine. But here's what happened. The collar was so wide. It, like, the first day I wore it, it was down here. Okay. And it was almost coming off my shoulders.
I never saw it when it was in that state.
It was so bad. I wore it to work. And then I came back by the end of the day. It was like down near the shoulder bones. And this is Spin Cycle. This is not hand spun. So Spin Cycle is great yarn. I love it. It's expensive. So it's like, okay, this is over $200 of yarn. Yeah. And I didn't swatch because what? I'm rebelling and showing the world I don't have. I
didn't swatch for a while either,
yeah, so that's kind of what, but no judgment. Jean Marie saved this because Jean Marie took some elastic thread, wove it through, and this is super bouncy and it's just fine. So actually on every sweater I do, every single one, I am going to do that in the collar, even if it doesn't sag, because I feel like it adds structure and it makes me feel more confident in the longevity of the piece. And I haven't done it yet because Jean Marie did, but I would imagine it takes like 10 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt. So that's a great trick for anybody that's trying to make sweaters hold up well. But because of that, I now swatch. Look at this. Look at that. This is for the Cosmic Tee. This is an alpaca blend. I do not Rachel Alpacas or something. I'll see if I can find a link.
That's cool.
I was at Sheep and Wool.
It's got
and
like this brown white marl situation.
It's if I recall correctly, it's 2 different alpacas plied together. Cool. But this is going to be for a Cosmic Tee, so that's there. But anyway, so now that I swatch, I like it because it gives me more predictability with my crazy loose knitting, so I can know what needle size I need. Spoiler alert: I'm pretty much only knitting with 0 to 2 needles now.
You've told me.
It's fine. I don't. Thankfully, I do not have any hand issues or arm issues or muscle issues yet. So far it's fine.
Yeah.
This is for the Shake Rag top. So this yarn is really interesting because it's 100% silk, and I got it at Modern Daily Knitting when I was at SSK along with a bunch of friends.
Oh.
So look at that.
Cone.
So it's silk, but it's like, I don't want to say it's like crazy rough, but it's not super soft either. But apparently it softens up with washing.
Interesting.
And a lot of other people were doing this. So I was like, well, I gotta do it too. So that's that. That's going to happen. And then this is a swatch for the Frost Flower cardigan.
That's the one I'm excited for.
Yes.
You started the tunic and I was like, this is the color.
I know.
But this isn't lighting up my brain.
I'm in my teal era. Like, I should put a picture in here maybe of all the things I bought at Sheep and Wool, and there's so much teal blue.
There's a lot. You're in your blue green.
I really am. Well, because here is the swatch, one of the swatches for the Traveler tunic. This is Utopia.
Okay.
But
this is making me feel better. I thought I was like gaslighting myself. I was like,
look how similar those are. That's insane. I mean, I'm just gonna be wearing blue things.
I'm excited for your the other one.
I'm excited too.
For both, but.
Well, and the nice thing is that I went at SSK, I took a class this year about what to do with swatches. And the teacher showed us how to, like, not this one's too small, but like you can make mitts out of them. You can make hats, you can make sweaters. And it was really cool. The whole idea just of reduce, reuse, recycle, and upcycle and whatever we want to call it.
Also not feeling like you're quote unquote wasting your time as much.
Right, exactly.
Because I know I make my gauge swatch and then I throw it in the garbage because it's like, well, that was a tool that has been used. Goodbye. Right.
And that's the thing. I'm probably just going to like have some sort of jar or drawer or container that I'll put these in, and then maybe at some point. And I think the other thing that's exciting about it is not having an idea of what this will become eventually.
Well, I was going to say, if your goal is to have 30 to 50 sweaters, that's in theory 30 to 50 gauge swatches. You can do something with that.
So. And that and the Traveler tunic, I did 3 swatches to get gauge. I think the pattern called for like 6s on the body, and I'm on, zeros. Yeah. This is my life, so it's fine. So yeah, that is what I am working on. These, the Frost Flower cardigan and the Shake Rag. I haven't started yet, but yes, the Frost Flower cardigan is going to be so gorgeous. it's a very vibrant
Yeah,
teal. So
'cause
I
you
think
were-
it's going to be
you
great.
posted pictures of the frost flower on Instagram, and my brain lit up. I was like, I can't wait. And then you started doing the traveler tunic, and I was like, this is not lighting up my brain in the same way.
Right.
And I
You
was
were
like, I
like,
must be misremembering.
"Mm-mm."
So I'm glad we're here now, so that I learned there is another one
Yes.
that I just forgot about.
Yes.
So,
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm excited. So that is what I'm doing.
That's awesome. I have no whips right now. I have to start more little market things that I should probably do.
And when's the market?
29th, which is of
November. Where is the market so people can go?
Somewhere in Milwaukee.
What's the name of is it HorrorCon or something?
Nope,
no,
that's in March.
Sure, I was testing you, so I knew that. Well, you know what? We're gonna link it. We'll figure it out, and we're gonna link it, so people can go and see your amazing things.
Yeah.
So
if you're somewhere in Milwaukee on the 29th, maybe I'll run into
there you go.
You know, there's a non-zero chance.
I do want to say, like, what part of what made me want to do this podcast, other than we're friends and we're awesome together, is that I follow a number of knitting podcasts, and I just wanted to mention which ones I follow because they inspire me. And let's see if I can remember them all. So there's Fat Squirrel Speaks, Amy Beth, that makes the beautiful bags. So I'll link her. The Knit Girls, Knit GIRLLS. They're one of the OG knitting podcasts, by the way. So Laura and Leslie do a podcast, and they've got a huge following. I feel like they've been going since the early 2010s, if I recall correctly, something like that. Anyway, they were one of the first. So that's very good. I follow the Needles at the Ready podcast. I met Kevin and Ray at Rhinebeck last year, who do that podcast. Love theirs. I follow Andrea Mowry's podcast. What is her podcast called? I'm trying to remember. It's not Sit and Knit for a Bit, because that's Arnie and Carlos. I'll Knit If I Want To is Andrea Mowry's podcast. So that one. I follow Stitches and Starlight, which is Tashi's podcast. They have amazing spinning to show and knitting all the time. So I love that one. And I feel like that's it. I might be forgetting one. It is. I really love watching them, though. I would say for knitting podcasts, for me, I will have them on in the background while I'm doing other things. And I'm either paying somewhere between 75% and 100% attention. Like, I will not do substantive brain work while I'm watching them, because I do want to hear and see what they're saying. But like, if I'm doing something quick, like it's on and I'm mostly hearing it. So like,
I feel that.
I thought, well, it'd be fun to share with the world what we do. So that's kind of.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
So this has been exciting.
Yes.
I think since we're at an hour and a half.
We are. Let's call it hour and 26 minutes.
I think that's good.
I think it's great. Okay. We are so happy to be here. I'm having fun. I've been looking forward to it. Like, I knew we were doing it this week, and every day up to this filming, I was like, one more day, 2 more days, whatever it was.
This is fun.
I think it's fun. And, if you like us, then hit that subscribe button.
Do it.
And the bell, because the bell does things.
The bell will notify you.
Right. That there's a new episode.
We upload.
Right.
The schedule is every other week. So bi-weekly, as in twice a month. Bi-monthly, bi-weekly, twice a month. Yeah. Every other week.
Every other week on Fridays.
On Fridays. That's the plan.
Yeah.
We did it. Thank you.
So exciting. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.